The Base Destroyer 3000. I do not recommend this as being a starter base, so I would recommend having a starter base and then building this. You start, right, 2 triangles in the middle, squares all along the triangles, right, wall this off, put that down, yep, just like that. TC it off, baby, yep, that's where your TC will be, wall there, right, boom, 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 boom. This will be your bunker, put a half wall there, floor there, right, this will be your bunker. For you guys that don't know what this bunker is, it's a stability bunker, I'm pretty sure. You put the half wall there, triangle there, right? They can't raid it in. You break this, and then it breaks that. Put walls here, boom. Floor that off. This will be your jump up. Half wall there, floor there, just for more loot boxes, right? This will be basically your main loot room. Half walls or half wall frames right there. I recommend doing a ladder hatch here, right, just like this. For this video I will be doing it, but you can have furnaces or bamboo shelves. You can put the ladder hatch there just for it to be stronger. Wall all around, and then half wall and then floor just for more loot boxes. Alright, this is basically what you should end up with. It's pretty cheap to make, so just for the start, just so you guys can build it early game. Right? Place triangles all along like in these little spots. And then make sure you place triangles all along the squares, right? Right next to it. Boom. Boom. Okay, now we place floors all along the triangles inside or the 2 triangles touching. Oops. And make sure they're all symmetrical and all on the same level. Right? Should end up something like this. It's close to a spiky oval. Alright. Place triangles in here and here. Now, when the triangle was poking out on the square, you make a hexagon. Sorry for the lag. Alright. And then you place triangles, hexagon again. And then triangle here. Hexagon. Hexagon. Alright, you should end up something like this. Loki reminds me of a Pokemon. Alright, when you see the triangle in between the squares, add 1 triangle just like this. And there's only 2 of them, so you only have to add 2 of them. Put half walls all along the half hexagons. Right, just like this. And then add windows all above those half walls. Just like this. Alright, and then you place 1 triangle along in the middle. You will be able to place turrets all along this for protection on the bottom floor of your shell. Add triangle roofs, just like this, for your peaks, right? Peaks out, peaks in, yep, peaks everywhere. And then you add windows in between the hexagons, right? And then 1 on outside of each of the half hexagons, just like this. Make sure you do not cover the spot up. So windows everywhere except for where the triangle is poking out. Right. Now you place 1 wall frame there, wall frame here, window here, and then triangle there. Yep. A window here, triangle here. Right. And then I like to have a drop box. So you put half wall triangle, and then put the drop box there. And half wall here. Drop box there, right? So you should end up something like this. And then put your walls there. Here, these will be honeycomb, right? Down. And then when you see these boxes, right, you have more honeycomb. Yeah. So pretty much everywhere where there's half hexagon with the triangle, it should be touching these triangles coming out at it, right? And another. So this makes it 2 walls to TC, and then including the shell. Most people raid through the shell if they're doing an online raid, so that'd be 3 walls. Then you place triangles here, here, and then you place floor triangle frames here. You need triangle ladder hatches pretty early. Alright, so it looks like something like that. And then let's do the second floor. I mean, really, you should probably do the second floor before you do the shell. But knowing me, I'd probably do the shell first because I like having my shells. So you have your honeycomb here. Leave this one open so you can put locker there with a furnace. This will be a bedroom right here. Right? Oh, make sure you have this honeycomb. Alright, this will be a bedroom here. And then wall that, wall this. And then you could have another bedroom here, put a locker there, or just keep this as a loot room because I know there's not too much space for loot. Wall all this. Alright, you come over here, and then I would place a furnace here. And then make sure this is, you have to not do this until that one step is complete. So make sure you do not have a wall frame here, but you can have a wall frame there and here. This just, having the wall frame completely ruins the peaks down into your shell. Okay, and then cover this all up. And then once again, I would have the ladder hatch here, but you can use something else like a furnace or the bamboo shells. Alright, come up, well, roof all this off, roof all that off, and then honeycomb. Okay, and then we put windows all along these half hexagons. And then we place a wall here, wall here, wall here, wall here, 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 wall here, wall here and here. Okay, and then we place, alright, yep, place triangles here, right, peaks down, right, pretty good peaks actually, this is a weird one. Okay, make sure you have those big walls and then a half wall here above the drop boxes, and then you put a floor here, right? Sorry, I'm like kind of reminding myself as I build this. So just like this, and then the half wall here, square there. Triangles like this. Triangles down, boom, boom, yep. Peaks down, pretty tight peaks. But I would say so myself. Triangles there. Triangles, oops. Triangle this too. Those triangles there. This will be your turrets. These will protect you from your going inside, if you know what I mean. 4 triangle frames here, all along the outsides where we did not build, and then you have peaks down. These are crucial because these will really affect the 3rd floor. If you don't have these will affect your shooting floor, but you won't have the peaks down, as I'll show you once we get onto the shooting floor. This, and then single door frames here. So you do pretty, oh god, I missed one. Are we serious? Single door. Single door. Alright, so we have single doors. It should look something like this. Oval with spikes coming out. You know what I mean? Alright. Now we'll work on the bedrooms and then the peaks up. Or like the jump ups, my bad. So I have floors all along these half hexagons. Make sure they're all symmetrical, like on the floor. Okay, that's not one. On the lower. Alright, now we have wall frames too high on each one of the floors. Okay. Okay. And now we add floors to each one of them. Lower. Lower. Alright. I like having the bedroom symmetrical to each side. So we'd have, let's put the bedrooms on this side. It really doesn't matter which way you do it. Like you could put on either one. So you have a box, right? Then you have the wall frames. Right, box that off. And then this is where your ladder hatch would come in. Because your bedrooms would go straight to your shell. And then you have a roof triangle. Then you have double doors that'll go right here. Here. So you can get like peeks in, peeks out. And then you can have these. Just for even more protection and better peeks inside. Right? And then you have your ladder hatch. Like this. And you have your garage door just like so. Boom. And then you'll have your bed here. Okay, and let's go through the next one. I'm just gonna fly over there since it's faster. And the walls here. Wall frame, wall frame. Leave triangle here. Triangle there. Block that off. And boom. Oops, why not one place? Yeah. Boom. And you're like right there. Here. It's here. Oops, that one will be facing the other way, but alright. This one is kind of similar. You add windows, then wall frames here. You pretty much have all these same peaks everywhere, and you can access them. Like, you'll have peaks into the shell from each one of these. Right? Block that off. Have these two here, and then you're like, feel me? Then you have door here. And then I'd like to have a ladder hatch here. So by now you should at least be close to ladder hatch. Have ladder hatch here. And then walls here. Triangles here. Half walls here. All along. Triangles here. Oops. Wall frame. Jump up. And you put walls here. Walls here. Wall frame. Wall frame. And half wall. Half wall. And then low wall. And then boom, boom, boom. You can put half walls all along here so you have more drop boxes. I forgot to say, these little areas are for drop boxes. Just for like when you're coming down from your mini. Right? You have these. These will all be peaks for your third floor. And then you come over here, same thing. Windows, windows. Wall frame, wall frame. Yep. Okay, and then roof triangles. Thank you, man. I'm doing a tutorial right now for my YouTube channel. It should look something like this. Right? And then let's work on here. So add windows on every triangle. Just like this. And then you have your turret to guard like each way in. And then have that. And then you have your ladder hatch just so there's no hole here. Like once you get to ladder hatch, you have that there. And then you add your doors here. Doors here. I actually like to have my jump up to the third floor, like as far as you can get it away from the way down, just so you can have more doors to make it more secure. So like wall there, right? Ankle breakers like this. right? Then covering all the top, just like this. Then triangles, triangle. Then you have like all your doors like this, just like that. 3 ways out. And you have your windows, just so you can see all along to see where the raiders are. Pretty much 360 visibility. You half wall everything. Right, just like this. With a lag. Alright. Now, you pretty much just block off everything so they can't get... just so they don't get any peeks on you. Right, just like so. And then we're almost done. Add roofs, right? And since we have those peak downs, they'll put these little peaks so you can see all along the bottom too, where you usually can't. Alright, just like this. Okay, and then I'd make these all windows, just so when you come and do your jump up through this side, you can see everything. So you can literally, if you have a 3-man team, you could all 3 come up each way, and it'd be pretty hard for them to defend this, right? You'd have windows all along here, or embrasures, or whatever you want, right? Then you have doors here. Okay, we're almost done. We have roof triangles up here for turrets, right? And boom. 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 And then these squares, you have window frames, or wall frames, all along. 2 high again. All along. Alright, 2 high for those, 3 high for these. Just so they're all leveled together. These are for turbines, and then we'll have a spot for the missiles for minis, whatever you call them. Right? Turbines up here, and then you have your missile thingamabob. I'd make this 2 high, just so maybe 3. Just so it doesn't hit the turbines super easily. Yeah, I'd make this 3. Okay, and then your base is pretty much complete. Now I'll just go in and add like all the metal embrasures and stuff, just so you can see how much it actually would cost. Obviously, you won't have 25,000 stone for upkeep, but this is pretty much your upkeep with all the deployables and the space being all stone. Thank you for watching. Oh.